about the irrational numbers and the definitions for them. These irrational numbers have two definitions, right? Today we will learn about those definitions and justify the answer. Okay? Let us start the session. Look at the board, children. Irrational numbers can be defined in two ways. Okay? Let us learn them today in this session. Okay? Let us see the first definition of irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Any number which is not written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0, is called an irrational number. The set of irrational numbers is denoted by bar q or IR. Okay? The examples for irrational numbers are square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, square root of 7. Okay? And cube root of 2, cube root of 3, cube root of 5, cube root of 7, etc. Why are these irrational numbers? Because these numbers cannot be written in the form of p by q. That is why these numbers are example for irrational numbers. Let us justify this statement. Now, children, we saw the definition of irrational numbers and the examples for irrational numbers. Okay? Now let us see why this root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, etc. are the examples for irrational numbers. And cube root of 2, cube root of 3, cube root of 5, cube root of 7 are examples for irrational numbers. Okay? See here, this is square root mark. This is also square root mark. I have written 2 under the square root mark. Then should we believe that any number written under the square root mark is an irrational number? Is one question. Let us look at the set of second examples. Okay? See here, this is cube root mark. This is also cube root mark. Here all are cube root marks, and I have written 2 under the cube root mark, 3 under the cube root mark, and 5 under the cube root mark, and 7 under the cube root mark. Then should we believe that the number written under the cube root mark are all examples for irrational numbers? No. Let us see why any number written under the root mark and any number written under the cube root mark is not an irrational number. Okay? See here, children, there are certain conditions to call a particular number as irrational number. Okay? Any number written under the square root mark is not irrational number. Okay? And any number written under the cube root mark is not irrational number. There are certain conditions to call it as an irrational number. Let us discuss what are those conditions. Okay? Any number written under the square root mark is not an irrational number. The first condition is n should be a positive integer, and secondly, this n should be a prime number, and this n should not be a perfect square. Okay? If any number under the cube root is to be called as an irrational number, the first condition is n should be a positive integer, and n should be a prime number, and n should not be a perfect cube here. Let us show root 2 is an irrational number. Now let us take the example square root of 2. Some people may question me that, sir, square root of 2 is equal to square root of 2 upon 1, because any number divided by 1 is the same number. Therefore, square root of 2 is equal to root 2 upon 1. Now it is in the form of p by q, where p is root 2 and q is 1. And q is not equal to 0. Therefore, they may say that square root of 2 is a rational number, not an irrational number. Okay, but you are true. But look at the answer here. Square root of 2 is equal to square root of 2 by 1. It is correct. And that is equal to p by q. That is also correct. But where q is not equal to 0, that is also correct. And q is an integer, that's also correct. But is p an integer? No. Here the condition fails. Here p is equal to root of 2 and square root of 2 is not an integer. In the set of integers you will find, okay, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 up to infinity, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3 up to infinity. But you will never see square root of 2 in the set of integers. That is why here p is square root of 2, which is not an integer. That is why square root of 2 is not a rational number, it is an irrational number. Therefore children, root 2 does not belong to z and q is equal to 1 belongs to z and q is not equal to 0. But p is not an integer here. That is, square root of 2 is not an integer. Therefore, square root of 2 is an irrational number. So, square root of 2 is not written in the form of p by q. It is an irrational number. Similarly, root 3 can be written in the form of root 3 by 1, which is in the form of p by q. But here, p is equal to root 3, which is not an integer. That is why root 3 is not a rational number, it is irrational number, because root 3 cannot be written in the form of p by q. Similarly, root 5 is equal to root 5 by 1. Here, root 5 by 1 is in the form of p by q, but p is equal to root 5. Root 5 is not an integer. Hence, root 5 is an irrational number. Let us take square root of 7. Square root of 7 is equal to square root of 7 upon 1. It is in the form of p by q. But here, p is equal to square root of 7, which is not an integer. Therefore, square root of 7 is not written in the form of p by q. Square root of 7 is an irrational number. Since the numbers like root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7 are not expressed in the form of p by q, they are all irrational numbers. Means any prime number written under the square root mark becomes an example for irrational number. Because any prime number written under the square root mark cannot be expressed in the form of p by q. Similarly, let us take second set of examples. Okay, here cube root of 2, cube root of 3, cube root of 5, cube root of 7, etc. Okay, here under the cube root you will see 2 as a prime number. Under the cube root you will see 3 as a prime number. Under the cube root you will see 5, which is a prime number. Under the cube root you will see 7, which is a prime number. That's why the second set of examples are also examples for irrational numbers. Cube root of 2, cube root of 3, cube root of 5, cube root of 7 are irrational numbers because they cannot be written in the form of p by q. Cube root of 2 can be written in the form of cube root of 2 upon 1, which is in the form of p by q. But p is equal to cube root of 2, which is not an integer. Since cube root of 2 is not written in the form of p by q, cube root of 2 is an irrational number. Cube root of 3 is equal to cube root of 3 upon 1, which is in the form of p upon q. But p is equal to cube root of 3, which is not an integer, and hence cube root of 3 is not expressed in the form of p upon q, therefore it is irrational. Similarly, cube root of 7 is equal to cube root of 7 upon 1, which is in the form of p upon q. But p should be an integer. But here cube root of 7 is not an integer. Therefore, cube root of 7 is not written in the form of p upon q. Therefore, it is an irrational number. This is how the numbers root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7 and cube root of 2, cube root of 3, cube root of 5, cube root of 7 are examples for irrational numbers. Okay? So children, hope you all have learnt about the irrational numbers, definition, examples and the conditions for the given numbers to call it as an irrational number. Okay? Now children, let us learn one more definition of irrational numbers. Okay? See here children, non-terminating and non-repeating or non-recurring decimals are the examples for irrational numbers. Okay? See here, you have learned there are numbers called decimal numbers. Okay? In decimal numbers, there are again different types, right? There are terminating decimals and a non-terminating and repeating decimals. Okay? These are not the irrational numbers, but non-terminating and non-repeating decimals or non-terminating and non-repeating decimal numbers are called irrational numbers. Okay? Why non-terminating and non-repeating decimals are called irrational numbers? Because they cannot be written in the form of p by q. That is why non-terminating and non-repeating decimals are called irrational numbers. Okay? Example, look at this number here, pi. Pi is an example for irrational numbers. Look at the real value of the pi, children. The real decimal value of pi is equal to 3.14159265358979323846264338 dash 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 dash, which is a non-terminating and non-repeating decimal, because in the decimal part the digits are not going to end. They continue infinitely and not a single digit or a group of digit is repeating here. Hence, it is an example for irrational number. And such non-terminating and non-repeating decimals are not expressed in the form of p by q. That is why pi is an irrational number. Then 2.41423650792040 dash 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 dash. Okay? This is an example for irrational number. Why? Because it is a decimal number. What type of decimal number? It is not ending. That is why it is non-terminating decimal. And here either a digit or a group of digits or a block of digits is not repeating or recurring. That is why it is a non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. Therefore, it is an example for irrational number. And also, this is not written in the form of p upon q. Hence, this non-terminating and non-repeating decimal is an irrational number. And similarly, one more example. See here, 10.01, dash 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 is also an example for irrational number, because it is a decimal number. But look at its decimal part. In the decimal part, are the digits ending? No. That is why it is non-terminating decimal. And then, is there a single digit or a group of 2 digits, group of 3 digits, or a group of some digits is repeatedly occurring or recurring? No. That is why it is a decimal number. What type of decimal number? Non-terminating and non-repeating decimal number. That is why it is an example for irrational number. Here, all the three numbers are not in the form of P upon Q. Therefore, children, non-terminating and non-repeating or non-recurring decimal number is also called an irrational number. And such non-terminating and non-repeating decimal cannot be written in the form of P upon Q. So children, such non-terminating and non-repeating decimals are irrational numbers. Hope children, today you learnt the two definitions of irrational numbers. Okay? After this, let us learn about one more interesting number, that is pi. This pi is most of the times used in calculating the area of the circle and circumference of the circle. And pi is considered to be 22 by 7 or 3.14. 22 upon 7 and 3.14 both are rational. Therefore, pi should be a rational number. But we take pi as an example for irrational number. Let us see why pi is an irrational number and why do we take pi as 22 upon 7 or 3.14. Okay children, now let us see some other interesting facts about pi. Why do we consider pi as an irrational number and why do we consider the value of pi as 3.14? Before we could see the answer to these two questions, let us note that the value 3.14 is a terminating decimal. 3.14 is equal to 314 upon 100, which is in the form of P upon Q. Here P is 314 and Q is 100. Both P and Q belong to integers and Q is not equal to 0. Therefore children, here 3.14 can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Therefore, the terminating decimal 3.14 is also a rational number. Okay? If we take pi as 3.14, then also pi becomes rational but not irrational. In spite of all these things, why do we consider pi as irrational? Let us see the answer. Pi is an irrational number because it is not written in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not 0. Hence, it is a non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. The value of its real decimal expansion is pi is equal to 3.141592653932384626 dash 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 dash. Here children, in the decimal part there are infinitely many digits. It is not going to end. Therefore, it is a non-terminating decimal. In the decimal part, not a single digit or a group of digits is repeating. That is why it is non-repeating decimal. Altogether, the value of pi in the decimal expansion is a non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. But we consider the first two digits of the decimal part and neglect the rest of the digits, and we approximately write it as 3.14 and approximate it to the second decimal place. That is why whenever we consider the value of pi, we take it as 3.14. But 3.14 is the approximated value to the second decimal place, but not the real value of pi. We often take pi is equal to 22 upon 7. Even 22 upon 7 is also not the exact value of pi. It is an approximate value of pi. Okay? Therefore, children, 5 is an irrational number. Is it clear to you?